Hi, I'm Tina Sibley and I want to talk to you today about webinars. Webinars have got to be the most useful tool on the planet for growing your business, particularly if you're working on the internet and you want to grow your subscriber list and you want to increase your sales. The thing about webinars is that they set you up as that credible authority status. They give you that expert status that rises you above everybody else that's out there. So there's going to be lots of people in your field who are doing the same kind of thing as you, right? At least there better be, because otherwise you might not be in the right market if nobody wants it. You can pretty much guarantee if you're in a niche that people want, there will be other people out there selling, products, programs, and usually the way that they get to their market is by social media and offering free reports and that kind of funnel. Now, if you're doing webinars, then you can rise above the game very, very quickly, because webinars seem to be just so much more compelling to people. People view webinars as being something more valuable than just a free report. Webinars seem to draw people in because they see it as a training session, and a lot of the time it can be interactive and they get the opportunity to ask questions and all that kind of stuff too. And also there's something about the psychology. People will sign up to a webinar often a lot more easier than and more quickly and readily than they will sign up to a newsletter mailing list or sign up to an opt-in for a free report or that kind of thing. So webinars really are a must. Now, another question I often hear is, well, are webinars, have they been done to death? No, absolutely not. Now, anybody working in the internet marketing field has probably heard of webinars until they're sick to the back teeth of them. You may get invitations to webinars, if not every day, certainly several times a week, and actually for some people you may be getting invitations to webinars several times a day. That doesn't mean to say that they have been done to death. Your target market may not even know what they are. Yes, they might be there on Facebook, they might be operating in forums and that kind of thing, but they don't necessarily know what a webinar is, so don't assume that. Webinars are so valuable and they are still a really great way of attracting people to you. Otherwise, why would all the big A-listers still be using them? The people who are selling particularly big ticket programs are doing so on the back of webinars. So believe me, they are still a very useful tool. They're still current. There are lots of different types of webinars, and people are getting more creative now about how to use webinars and migrating over to things like Google Hangouts. So yes, webinars are still here and still the best way. Now, for beginners, you might think, oh my goodness, that's all a bit daunting. Not to worry, that's what I'm here for. I'm running a webinar on webinars, a free live training event on the 21st of May at 10 PM British Summer Time. So if you want to know more about webinars and how to do them, please do register. You'll find the details below this video. So, webinars are wicked, webinars work, so I do urge you to get involved in webinars. Do come and join me on my webinar about webinars. I look forward to seeing you there.